Thank you for joining me. I'm Lynn from Finds of Yesterday, and today we're talking Coro jewelry. We will be covering the history and timeline of Coro. We're going to talk about the designers and some of Coro's jewelry lines, and the materials that they used, and some of Coro's marks. And we're going to jump over to eBay and check out some of the comps that are for items that are selling for the summer of 2023. So Coro began in 1901 by Emanuel Cohn and Carl Rosenberger in New York. And they were not the designers, but they hired many throughout their 78 years in business. Unfortunately, in 1910, Cohn dies. And in 1911, Rosenberger establishes their first factory, but they outgrew it by 1929. And they moved into a larger factory in Providence, Rhode Island. In 1913, they were incorporated, and by 1943, the term Coro was adopted, and that comes from their first two letters of each of their names, the CO and the RO. They ended up being the largest manufacturing plant in the world, not just the United States, but in the world. By 1957, Rosenberger dies, and the company was bought out by Richten International Corporation. And by 1979, all the Coro companies went bankrupt except for Canada. At that time, they were sold to a South American company in 1992, and they went bankrupt. In the lifetime of 78 years, they did accomplish so much. So Adolf Katz was the company's design director, and you'll see here in the middle of the screen the horse heads that he created. This is one of his designs, and it was from the 1940s. He was the one that was responsible for the patents for Coro, and he was an instrumental success for the company. On the left, Francois was within the company from 1938 to 1960. He had his own collection called Vendôme, which was from 1944 to 1979, and it was the most expensive line they had. And they also made pearl jewelry for brides. On the right, we have Jean Verraccia, and he was with the company from 1933 to 1963. He gradually formed his own company called Gemcraft in 1945, which is still in existence today. And you'll see other names on the screen that are the Coro designers that I could find. I'm sure there's others that I missed, but these are the ones that I did find. Let's talk a little bit about duets. Gaston Candace invented the mechanisms for the duets, which you'll see the patent on the left side here. And you ask, what is a duet? Well, it's a double clip brooch that could be worn individually or together as one. And you would adorn a belt, a purse, a hat, or a dress. And other companies decided to get in on the game, and they decided to make their own duets, which, like Trifari called them, clip mates. They created these duets in 1935, and it was the most sought-after line for Coro, and it's collected today. Verraccio designed this quivering camellia duet, as you see on the right, with the red flowers, and the Calypsida duet, if I'm pronouncing that right, as well as many others. And there's the patent on the left for the bird duet. They used a metal frame, as you can see up on top, and they added enamel, glass stones, faceted beads. And the earlier ones started out being more monochromatic, and then they later added pave set rhinestones, and that became very popular. You see a lot with clear rhinestones. Coro was known for their jelly bellies, which was popular in the 1940s and included a clear lucite center belly. Many people interchange this name and called color stones jelly bellies, but it's actually a clear domed cabochon. They are also known for insects and sea creatures, as you'll see here. Even leak-proof perfume bottles. You could put a little dab of your favorite perfume in the little bottle and carry it on your wrist in case you needed to freshen up during the day. And they called these wrist charmers, which I call linked bracelets. But this is one of the things you'll find most out in the wild. There's so many of these available to this day, and people still love them and collect them. So you'll have the best chance of finding these bracelets along with the necklaces that matched. And they did make lots of sets, so there's probably earrings that will match them as well. All right, let's talk about Vendome. This was Francois' collection from 1944 to 1979, and it was highly collectible. There doesn't seem to be a lot out there. These are a couple pieces of Vendomes. The one in the center was my necklace, and it was just gorgeous. I did sell it. The one on the left is also a Vendome, and the right is their logo. They used a lot of higher end and pearls made for brides. They also used lucite in organic shapes, silver-plated bangles, gold-plated brooches, cabochon bracelets, and rhinestone chokers. Then there is the Coro Versailles collection. I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly, but this collection was mostly necklaces, earrings, and brooches, and they used faux aquamarines, topaz, emeralds, and amethysts, all faux. They made them look expensive, yet with cheaper materials. These are harder to find. I couldn't find a whole lot in this collection on eBay or online. Last is Coral Craft, and this is a higher quality but good value line that they had. They're known for their chatelaines, which is the center brooch you see here in the middle. It is a set of short chains that's attached to a woman's belt used to carry keys and other items. That's what a chatelaine is. They made them, I guess, just for decorative purposes now. They also made jelly bellies, like you'll see the fish on the bottom right, sterling silver bracelets plated in gold, and they did a lot of diadem jewels, which when I say that, think of royalty, like crowns and the items that the royalty would wear with diamonds, but without the diamonds and the rubies and the sapphires. Materials that Coro used was pressed glass, lucite and lucite confetti, like the one on the top left. It looks like there's confetti inside the beads. They used enamel, like the frog, and faux pearls, rhinestones, colored metal, and faux and glass moonstones, like the orange basket on the top right, and multicolored glass cabochons. Coral can tarnish, so many pieces are made from silver tone or gold tone, which is made by dipping a metal such as brass into a silver or gold substance. So it's not actual silver or gold, it's just a silver looking substance. And this surface can easily be scratched or damaged, so you don't want to rub too hard on the surface to clean them, or you might damage them. Here you'll see a lot of Coro's marks, and I'm not going to go through these, but you can take a snapshot of the screen, and hopefully you can use this when you're looking up dates for your Coro pieces. Don't be limited by what you see here on the screen. Coro had so many marks and variations of all the lines that they had. So these are just a few of the common ones, but it's not only limited to these. All right, let's jump over to eBay and check out some of the comps that you'll see today in the summer of 2023. All right, here we are on the eBay website, and as you can see, I put in Coro minus lot, and let's search, and it still brings up lot. because it's not listening. So I sorted this by shipping and highest first. So we're going to look at the most expensive coral pieces out there. They're not extremely high, but there is some value in several different lines that they have. Like this one right here, this horse is designed by Adolf Katz, and he used sterling and lucite in this piece, and it sold, as you can see here, sold April 7th for $1,325, and it had 47 bids. So there was either two people bidding back and forth, or there was a lot of people involved that were interested in that piece. Then here's one of the quivering camellia. Let's take a look at that closer. So that is the brooch that I showed you. And it looks like a bracelet or a separate brooch. And this piece right here can be broken down into two pieces and more separately. It looks like it is a bracelet and brooch. Very nice piece. There's the back side of it. It has one pin that you can wear it as one piece. Or like I said, you can break it down into two pieces, which they don't have a picture of that. Nope. Great piece. All right, let's go back. All right, here we have some ballerina duets that can be broken into two. That went for $1,150. And here's some fur clips. They call them fur clips. They're monkeys. That is a duet. And apparently the duets are the highest priced coral pieces because all of these are duets except this one. This is a figural piece that they were known for. And this is by Coro Craft. Nice harp. Just curious what the back looks like. There we go. And you can see here the Coro Craft emblem. I think it's a sterling. Yes, this is a sterling silver brooch, and it sold for $1,000. Here's another really pretty piece. It's got green enamel with the rhinestones. This one's pretty brooch duet. Here's the fish by Adolf Katz, and this has got a Pegasus logo on it. These are all in the 800 range. Here's a enamel lily flower pin, and this sold for $725. It's very pretty, but we find a lot of pieces similar to it out there. So this must be signed. It says Coro right there. It's an early one. It's just Coro with no copyright symbol, so very early. Probably, yeah, here. Similar in design to other coral flowers designed by Adolf Katz and patented in 1941. It's a pretty brooch. $725. So keep your eye out for that. Here's some funky blowfish. That was in need of a repair. It says for repair, and it's still sold for $787. So don't discount the ones that are broke or missing stones. When you find that rare of a piece, somebody is willing to fix it. Here's a coral craft scepter. And this looks like one of the royal crowns. $685 it sold for. Here's the Quivering Camellia Duet dress clip, and it sold for $695. Here is some birds. 668. Birds were common among coral. There's owls. And here's some more. I want to go down to some of the cheaper pieces because these are going to be rare pieces that are going to be harder to find for you. But let's go check out some of the cheaper pieces. Okay, now I just entered Coro here and just best match. So these are the pieces that are up for sale. And they range. This one's a auction at starting at $25, 40, 26.89, 43.21. A lot of these are higher priced. Here's another gorgeous one by Adolf Katz. They're asking $350. It has not sold for that, but it is available for that. It's got a mix of enamel and pearls and some opal red rhinestones. They look like they're prong set. Very nice piece. Let's look at the back. It's got like a rivet construction and the open backs so the light shines through the stones. It's got gold tips on it. I don't know what that is. If it's just I believe it's the metal, the silver metal is wearing off. And here is the patent for that. Okay, going back. This lovely little cat for $149. And another bird, ostrich maybe. This piece right here, you'll see, which is more common, are their beaded and linked necklaces and bracelets. There's a coral symbol. This one's only $22.50. That's a really good deal for that. So earrings that are screw backs, and we only have 4 pictures here. And a hook clasp for the necklace. It's a good price if you want a decent piece. You gotta look at it closely. It's got enamel tips or leaves. Could be white milk glass, but I doubt it. I bet it's more of a lucite bead or acrylic. Well, they do say milk glass, so it would be heavier to the feel if it was. All right, going back. Here's another linked necklace. There's a confetti lucite necklace. That's common among coral as well. This one says coral patent pending. You'll see that on the back of some of the marks. While we're down here, let's hit solds and see what they're actually selling for. So here's some lion door knocker earrings that are sold for $8.90, 3 bids. Here's another one of those lucite necklaces. They call it confetti. Let's pull it up. It only sold for $11.50. Kind of has an iridescent glow to it. So yeah, I would call that confetti. It's kind of a lucite. You see how the gold on this is wearing thin? A lot of the silver tone is coming through. Coro was kind of known for that. I think they put thin layers on the outside of their metals. So again, it went for $11.50. See if the back. Kind of hard to tell these pictures how tarnished this is. Looks a little better on the back, but where these links link, they usually wear down to the bare metal on these. So many of my necklaces are like that. Going back, let's see what else we can find. These are pretty flower clip-on earrings, sold for $10.50. Here's a pretty purple necklace and bracelet set. That sold for $31. Here's some soft plastic pink Aurora Borealis rhinestone pink flowers bracelet with the original tag on it. Let's take a look at that. It's just got the name of the store that they bought it from. Here's the construction of it. You can see that it's got an older style construction, and look at the leaves or the petals of the flowers are like a plasticky material. Just says Hills. It's not the original coral. Look at this beautiful blue one. I love blue. We have to look at this closer. This one, $189. See, now that's what you gotta look for. This is gorgeous. I would assume these are lucite pressed beads. And they have an AB look to them with the AB rhinestones. It comes with a brooch, earrings, and the necklace. That's a great set. Let's see what they call it. Coral Pegasus Parure. Let's see. Beautiful condition. All stones are intact with little wear. It's hard to find older pieces that have little wear. Rhodium plating is in pretty amazing shape. So they're saying that they used rhodium plating, which I never ran across that, but it does kind of look like that. And it would be around that time frame when rhodium was popular. That would make it last a lot longer. Great piece for $189. This one has a little mustard seed in it. This is a nice other set too. Lily of the Valley satin glass rhinestone clip earrings. Oh, here's another duet. Oh my goodness, they got this duet for $20 plus $5 shipping. This lucky person. It says unsigned Coro. So then in that case, you would have to go look at the patents to make sure that this design was actually created by Coro. I think we're getting into other stuff. So that's kind of a roundabout look at from the highest to the lowest of Coro. Hopefully that helps, and we'll conclude here. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you learned a little bit about Coro. There's so much to learn about it. Check it out online. You'll find lots of information about them. A great company that lasted a long, long time with so many great designers that branched off to be their own company. So thanks again for joining me. I'm Lynn from Finds of Yesterday. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.